action in the state of nature manifests itself in two potential modes. So when the naked ape enters society, there are two types of relationship. It could be either a symbiotic relationship, where we are interdependent, interconnected, right? That's the order that arises in anarchy. Anarchy, a circle stands for order. It's not chaos, it's an orderly system. It's a symbiotic relationship. Symbioticism is not a mythical, oh, we're all in the human race, we all belong to this group. No, it's symbiotic. Mutually beneficial exchange, right? So when you enter society, either it's a symbiotic or the alternative is a parasitic state. What is parasitism? Is when one person benefits at the expense of the other person. This parasitic state is marked by conflict, violence, and dominance. This is the state, the situation that we get under statism and centralized governance, or political governance. This is the state that we get under a decentralized market governance, okay? So we're going to explore the different systems that we have. Do we want a decentralized market governance or a centralized political governance? And we're going to discover that will lead to parasitic state, and it leads to violence, conflict, and conflict. Symbiotic human action is characterized by co-opetition. What is co-opetition? Co-opetition.
It's cooperative competition.
Cooperative competition. So in the world, human beings, we cooperate and we compete. And there's plenty of examples, right? I'll mention a few of them. Yeah, I have a few of them. So cooperation and conflict are not necessarily against one another. It's like, oh, there's competition. Competition is not an enemy. Competition is we're actually helping one another to discover our comparative advantages. I owned a coffee shop, Old Town, Pasadena, right? And Starbucks came open within a year, like a block away. I personally spent, I had a partner with me, I spent $100,000 from my own money. While I was a student myself, like you. I lost it within 1 year because Starbucks opened. I went to Starbucks, I asked for the manager, I said, thank you for making me realize that running a coffee shop business is not my comparative advantage. So when your competitor beats you, he's doing you a favor, he's telling you don't do this, do something else. So in life, you always want to discover what you're best at. And who's going to tell you what you're best at? The marketplace, the competitive marketplace. So in a way, it's a cooperative system. We're telling each other, right? If I fail you in class, you should come give me the biggest hug. Thank you very much for letting me know that I should major in economics. Okay? And sometimes the students I like the most, I fail them because I want to see them again in the future. Class, okay? Don't tell this. So co-opetition is cooperative competition. For example, companies like Apple, Google, Samsung, they compete in the smartphone market. But at the same time, they cooperate to develop USBs, standards, right? We're not talking about standards that are developed in the marketplace, right? The credit cards, various banks have the same size credit card, right? That wasn't by design. It was just a cooperation of all the banks, individually, privately, in the marketplace, without coercion or imposition. They came and said, you know what, maybe we do it the same shape so that the customers can utilize each other's bank, because it benefits all of them, right? If you create a credit card that's round, you'll be, nobody would want to get your, sign up for your bank, because you're the only one that accepts that card, right? We want flexibility. So these are the norms, traditions that are evolved, like, so it's competition, but it's a cooperative competition. They say certain patents and technologies, they work together on security protocols, right? This cooperation makes the overall market bigger and better for everyone. Competitive action can enhance resource efficiency. Competitive, what is competition doesn't mean? You have to cut down on your costs. So you're protecting society's scarce resources, or you're also, it's like minimizing cost, maximizing profits is the same side of the coin, like the other side of the same coin, which is minimizing cost. And we want to minimize cost. We want to use my own resources efficiently. I want to use my time in the most beneficial way. So the division of labor and cooperation yield higher profitability than autarky. Symbiotic relationships are the dominant norm in society. You look around, this is all symbiotic relationships, the hotel, the management, you go to the gas station. What kind of relationship? Mostly symbiotic, okay? It's a symbiotic voluntary exchange of goods and services in the marketplace. In contrast, political parasitism, okay, is imposed and involuntary. It's imposed, right? We pay taxes, and we don't have an option where the money is going from. It could go for welfare, maybe I'm against welfare distribution, or it could be go into warfare, right? Going into like wars and throwing up Tomahawk missiles that cost us $1 million each in Libya, So this is parasitism, and it's a centralized authority, coercive authority that imposes on you taxation, rules and regulations, involuntary redistribution, etc.